Welcome everyone to the 2015 Native American Senior Honoring Our Senior Dinner. We are very proud of our Native American students, our seniors who worked hard to graduate, and we hope that you enjoy the ceremony. My name is Kathy Seaholz. I'm the Native American Community Specialist with the Indian Ed Department, and I'm going to introduce to you our MC for the evening. I'm just supposed to pick and choose, but let's see what I pick and choose from Mike Jetty's bio. He's an enrolled member of the Spirit Lake Dakota Nation and a Turtle Mountain Chippewa descendant. He's currently working at the Office of Public Instruction in Helena as an Indian Education Specialist. And he has been working with Indian Ed issues for the past 24 years and has teaching experience at both the K through 12 and university level. He has a BS in History Education, a Master's in School Administration, and an Education Specialist degree. In 2008, Mike was honored to be chosen as the Indian Educator of the Year by the Montana Indian Education Association. In the last 10 years, he has provided over 200 Indian education workshops for over 4,000 teachers and students. Mike enjoys hitting the powwow trail with his family and has also emceed at several powwows and round dances. Please join me in welcoming Mike Jetty.
Wahamitaki api, yuha chante waste nape chuzapido, wambri isnala miedo. Hello, my relatives. I greet all of you with the heartfelt handshake. Thank you for that introduction, Kathy. It's a real honor to be here with you to, facilitate the evening. We got some really good speakers tonight. Got some good food. We'll hear some very good words, from the speakers, and I'm looking forward to that because I always get something out of this at events like this. But when I greeted you, I said, "Hamitaki api." I said, "Hello, my relatives." And I said, "Yuha chante waste nape chuzapido." I greet all of you with a heartfelt handshake. And when I asked my dad, I said, "Dad, why do Dakota always greet people as relatives?" And he said, "Well, that way you can hit them up for cash later on." So, but when I was asked by Kathy to be the MC for this evening, I said, "Well, why'd you choose me?" And she said, "Because of your warm personality." And so I looked up warm in a dictionary, and it said, "not so hot." So, but at this time, I'd like to bring up a gentleman from the Blackfeet Nation, Kevin Kicking Woman. He's going to offer a prayer as we begin the evening.
Well, it's good to be here. I always say there's other older people out there that can do this, and forgive me for the ones that are older than I and can speak and do prayers. So forgive me, and I'm going to speak in Blackfoot prayer. So, Hayot nina, hayot not dusi, not biwa not dusi, hadish the patapio, hayot suit the peaks, och duk in the hayot suit the peaks. Nox pumok in that. I not to eat the peaks, nox pumok in that. I'll kach meet the peaks, geese per meet the peaks, the takes got simmatun, nox pumok in that. Hapis the duki and noch shichukwe. Hachi moich kanuku 6 key, a mach get the peaks, I kaki mats in that. Gee na papi speaks, go get hapis the duki and noch shichukwe. Also ni 6 chamat, see nan, hachi moich kan eskini mat stokes. Hello, son. Hello, old man. Source of life, Creator, hear us. Water beings, spirit beings, earth beings, and above beings, we are calling on you today to help us, Creator, now today. Pray for everybody, our children, our elders, so that we may try hard and guide us, Creator, today. Always good. We are grateful. Pray for our students and guide us to live a long and prosperous life. This is what we ask for. Okay. Yeah.
All your stuff. All right, I was asked to offer up a honor song, and what I'm gonna sing is it's actually a song of thanks. And this is a song thanking the Creator for this sacred day, because when we come together, it is a sacred place. When we come together to celebrate. And it's a song for thanking us for strength, thanking us for this good day, and just think about all those things you're thankful for to get to this point. Thankful for your parents, thankful for your friends, you know, thankful for all those things you got throughout your school year. So I'll offer this song up for all of you. So.
So we're going to have our drawing right now for 3 seniors for a special gift. Would you like to draw for me, please? Draw one name.
Spurge, Little Leaf, Sprague.
Sprague Little Leaf. And I believe Glenda has your special gift. It's a USB. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have said anything. Not like everyone couldn't see, but okay, yeah. We wanted it to be a surprise. Would you like to pick a piece of paper out of here? Can you grab a piece of paper for me? One. Okay, have someone read it. Chaz Brewer. Chaz Brewer. All right. He can have that, actually. You want to keep that? He'll probably put it in his mouth and eat it. Okay, one more. Let's see. Who should I have draw? Okay, there we go. One name.
Elizabeth Crawford.
Ooh, Elizabeth Crawford. Yay! Elizabeth holds a special place in all our hearts. Throughout her high school years, she has worked in our Indian Education Department, so congratulations, Elizabeth.
All right. Everybody enjoying your meal so far? Good salads? Okay, at this time I get to introduce the superintendent. And I was thinking about the last time I had to do something at a school, and it was about 3 weeks ago at my daughter. My youngest one is in 5th grade, and I got to call bingo at their school bingo night. So that was really a cool thing for me to do. And the principal wants me to come back next year and do it, so I like that. I told my mom I actually got to call bingo, and she said, "Mike, you're living the dream." So she's a serious bingo player. So, all right. Our next speaker is Superintendent Alex Apostle. He has been the superintendent of Missoula County Public Schools since July of 2008. From 2001 to 2008, he was involved in real estate development as a private investor in Washington and Arizona. He served as assistant superintendent for secondary education in Tacoma Public Schools from 92 to 2001, He directed career and technical education, enrollment services, alternative education, athletics and activities. He was also a principal of Mount Tahoma High School in Tacoma, Washington, high school principal at Liberty High School, principal of Cedro Woolley High School in Cedro Woolley, Washington, principal of Riverview High School in the Findlay Public Schools near Kennewick, Washington. And he began his career in teaching in Tacoma Public Schools from 1971 to 1980. That's quite the career. He holds a bachelor's degree in physical education and science from the University of Puget Sound, a master's degree in secondary education, and an education degree in educational administration, and a PhD degree in education from the University of Idaho. So that's quite the listing there. So let's give Dr. Apostle a warm welcome. Thank you.
Well, this is a beautiful evening in a beautiful place, and it's great to see everybody here. We've got great attendance for a very important event. Good evening. I would like to welcome you all to this great event honoring our graduates. We all appreciate you being here. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate our seniors for their perseverance and determination and their will to succeed, and the parents for their outstanding support and involvement in our school district. Parents and students, would you please stand so we can recognize you? Parents and students. Great job, parents. Great job, students. I would like to recognize our staff who have been wonderful in all respects, especially in providing individual attention to our students and achieving one of the highest Native American graduation rates in the state of Montana. Our Native American graduation rate the last 4 years has been at the top. We were edged out a little bit by just a few percentage points by Bozeman this past year, but prior to this year, the Native American graduation rate has been the highest here in Missoula. This year, out of a total of 36 students that could have graduated, 35 are going to graduate, and that's tremendous, tremendous effort. I'd like to recognize the staff that are making this happen. And I know that not everybody could make it this evening, but I want to mention their names regardless. And it's Jake Aerotop, Native American Specialist. And when I mention your name, would you please stand? Kate Beals. Kate Beals, who specializes in reading to our elementary students and does a great job. He's Native American Cultural Liaison. Matt Bell, Native American Studies teacher. Lisa Cadman, social worker. Carly Chenoweth, Native American math tutor. Kathy Seahos, Native American community specialist. Cecil B. Crawford, Native American specialist. We all know Cecil. Ray Kingfisher, Native American specialist. Nancy Laram, Native American Studies teacher. Glenda Weasel, Native American specialist. I hope we didn't miss anybody. Let's give them all a big round of applause. You know, this group of people, it's unbelievable what they do every single day. They're reaching out to students, reaching out to parents, working with teachers, and that's why we're having the success that we're having. So continue the good work. You're very much appreciated. I would like to recognize our Board of Trustees. I know that not everyone is here, but I still would like to mention their names. Marcia Holland, our new board chair. Marcia, would you please stand? Michael Beers. our new trustee, Grace Decker, Debbie Dupree, Heidi Kendall, Diane Lorenzen, Jennifer Newbold, Mike Smith, Julie Tompkins, another one of our new trustees, Lisa Tripke, and Ann Wake. And I know that Jim Sadler was going to try to make it. I don't see Jim, but Jim was on the board and a big supporter of all of our programs. Jim Sadler, 21 years on the board. This time I would also like to recognize people that have done a tremendous job in supporting all of our students and really taking a good hard look at our Native American students and doing everything they can to support them. I'd like to start with our Region 1 administrators, Executive Regional Director Trevor Lebowski. Trevor. Sentinel Principal Ted Fuller. Assistant Principal Margot Dunneman and Brian Fortman. And Senior Counselor Steve Burkhart. Region 2 administrators, Executive Regional Director Heather Davis-Schmidt, Sealy Swan High School Principal Kat Pecora, Hellgate High School Principal Lisa Hendricks, Assistant Principals at Hellgate Lynn Farmer and Libby Oliver, Senior Counselors Katie Boynton and Christine Kolzak, and then Region 3 administrators, Executive Regional Director Karen Allen, who works specifically with Native American education, Willard Alternative High School Principal Jane Bennett, Big Sky High School Principal Natalie Jager, Assistant Principals Matt Clausen and Jennifer Courtney, and Senior Counselors Vanessa Gibson. Those of you that are here that have not stood, please stand, and we appreciate all your efforts. Let's give them a big hand. The students graduating this year have accomplished a great deal. They have dealt with doubt and in some cases defeat, but they came back with even more determination, defying the odds and succeeding. These are the characteristics of success, of a champion, of a rising star. I encourage you to continue life's journey with the same zeal, and I can assure you that continued success will be yours. Never giving up, regardless of the odds, is the key to success. You keep going. People will tell you you can't do it. Don't listen to them. Listen to your heart and keep going forward. Again, I congratulate you and wish you the very best in your future endeavors, and go for it, is what I can tell you to do. Thank you very much.
All right, let's hear another round of applause for Dr. Apostle. Thank you. All right, I think at this time they've asked me to acknowledge the Big Sky High School seniors. So Big Sky High School seniors, stand up. Where are you at? Give us a big wave. Let's hear a round of applause for Big Sky High School seniors. Right on. Way to go, you guys. Okay, I guess I get to draw a door prize. So who's going to help me out here? You want to help me out? Pick out a name. It's not rigged. So who do we got? Leslie Standing Rock. Leslie Standing Rock. Where are you at? All right, let's hear it for Leslie. Go find Glenda back there. Got two more. All right, the pressure's on, Ted. Devontae Northcutt. Devontae Northcutt. Where you at? All right, let's give this guy a round of applause. Cool. Right on. Okay, we got one more. Marcus Bear Medicine. Marcus Bear Medicine. All right. Cool. Looks like good stuff too. Was that a jump drive? Right on. They asked me to keep things moving along here, and so we're going to have another guest speaker come up. And this guy here, he's well known throughout Montana and the region for powwows, for all kinds of stuff, just being a leader. Kevin Kickingwoman was born on the Blackfeet Reservation in Browning, Montana. His father is Blackfeet and his mother is Cree. He is a member of the Blackfeet tribe, hailing from Star School on the western side of the reservation. Father of 6 children, along with his wife Joni, resides in Missoula, Montana. He is a veteran of the Navy, bachelor's degree in Native American Studies, anthropology, and he's also a Class 7 teacher, certified teacher for language. Graduated from the University of Montana with a master's degree in interdisciplinary studies. He's working at the Bridges to Baccalaureate program, assisting students from tribal colleges attain undergraduate degrees. That's pretty cool. He's been raised and lives and practices ceremonies, traditions, dancing and singing, active member of many societies of the Blackfeet people, and he's well known throughout the powwow trail too. So everybody, let's give Kevin a warm okay, okay.
Well, can you hear me good out there? I found out about 3 months ago that I'd be coming up here and speaking, and I did a lot of speaking engagements all over, from Australia to up Canada and pretty much all over. But I'll tell you what, this is one of the most important ones I'm going to be doing for you, because it means so much to me, for the young people. And I've come a long way in life. I like to say my journey started in 1967. I'm 47 years old, and I'll be 48 next month. And I was adopted through 7 foster homes. And every foster home, I had severe abuse done to me. And I'm not going to go into a lot of details because there's about 10 minutes to say a good speech. And I actually had things written down to write or talk about and stuff, but I'm just going to throw that out the window and talk about some personal stuff and how I feel with your seniors. You know, when I was a kid, I always say I was very strong. And today when I run into trouble and I get into some things where I just can't seem to get through anything, I always look back and I call on that kid. Because that kid to me was one of the strongest people I ever knew. And I was 9 years old when I was standing in this house out at Star School in a flat house, and I was looking for an item in his closet. And I like to tell this story because this is what I want you guys to do. You see, I wasn't allowed to go outside and play. I was dressed like a lady, put in women's clothes, and my hair was ratted, had makeup on. I was always told, this is my daughter, they're cleaning my house. I was beat every day, every day. And one time, this person wanted me to find an object that was sitting over here in his closet. And I went to my knees at 9 years old. She threw a shoe across the room, one of those old platform shoes of 70s shoes, and I dropped to my knees, and she knocked me out. I got up off the floor, and I began to sit there and walk towards her, and she said, you stay in this room, and I won't use the words because the kids are here. You stay in this room. And I could see this look in her eyes because she never saw me hurt so bad. But then and there, I started to think, and I began to pray. And I told Jesus, I said, Jesus, I'm going to kill myself today, but I'm going to kill her first. And I got this warm feeling in my body, and these words came to me. Never give up. There's a fire in your heart. From that day on, no matter what I was served at 9 years old, I always looked them in the eye. And I didn't show no more tears. I'm not saying it's hard to cry, but I didn't want to show them no more tears. I took their power away. I went on from how I grew up. A lot of people don't know at 3 years old, I was given Lysol. And it burned my esophagus so bad, and I still have repercussions today. And I'll tell you guys about perseverance. You never give up. Ever give up. And that's what I did. I tell you, seniors are going to leave this world. You're going to go out and face two things you're going to have. You're going to love and fear. You got to embrace love. Jim Carrey said it best. Embrace love will get you through anything. When you start to fear things and doubt yourself, then it's going to be hard. And I'll tell you, men and women, especially men, honor your women. Honor your women. I used to watch as a kid at the Browning Middle School and watch mothers walk in holding hands of their child. And the late Bonnie Haverrunner asked me years ago, she said, Kevin, what do you want in life? She thought it was going to be something big and whatnot. And I said, I just want to touch my mother. I never touched a mom before. And I got to meet my mom when I was 32 years old. Lovely lady. I had a lot of hurt to talk to her about, but it all went out the window. It was on her deathbed. And I realized, I've always known, I'd see kids disrespect their parents. I'd always think, wow, they don't even know. Honor your mom. Honor your father. Learn from your grandmas. Learn from your grandpas. That's where your wisdom's at. We live in this cosmic universe where we got to bring everything together and find ourselves. We got the above beings. We got the water beings. We got the earth beings and the spirit beings. We got to pull all those together to make us whole, to make us one, and walk in this universe in balance. That's what it's about. Finding yourself. Who are you as a Native American man or woman? I always say, let's quit being the victim, and let's rise up and start being that Native person, that proud Blackfeet man, that proud Grovon, that proud Crow. Quit being the victim. Work hard. When I was in the military, they used to say, Kevin, why do you work so hard? I said, for that next Indian that walks through that door. I worked hard. I worked hard all my life. I had my bouts with alcohol. I had my bouts. I am proud to say I am alcohol-free today. When I decided to go back to school, I was working at the jail. And as I was walking around the corner doing my rounds, I saw all these Native kids sitting there. I'd say kids, they're a lot younger than I. And I walked over. And I told them they're all sitting there kind of hard and whatnot. And I said, you know, I'm part of a gang. They said, what gang? I said, it's called family, and I'm the leader. And he's like, whoa. And that's true. Be a leader. Men, we need you today, because you guys are the ones that run the ceremony. Women are the ones that are the holy people. They are the rocks. We need you. Today we are in critical times. I always say we are in critical times. When we walk and see kids, don't disrespect. Don't ever disrespect. I love to tease, I love to have fun, but this time is critical. This generation is critical. You may not feel it, but it is. It is up to you to go out and do what you have to do. If you're going to be a plumber, be the best plumber. Be the best that you can do. When I decided to go back to school, it was hard. Sitting there, a 43-year-old man, English 101. It was tough. I remember walking out, and that's when the old NAS was sitting there, and I had this, like, man, I'm done. I am done. And I went down and sat in that basement and I began to pray. And I said, you know what? I think I'd just rather fail trying than just quit. And I remember I opened my book up and started again. And I always remember a guy named Frosty Hall. He was 70-something years old, maybe 68. He was going across campus. It was really cold that day. And I was having the same things. I'm just sick of this. I'm tired. I don't want to sit in there with these students, and they're young, and not that I didn't like them. I'm just an older guy. And Frosty was sitting there, and I went out with a cup of coffee over there, and I said, Frosty, I'm done. He had there, and I always remember his expression, ah, shit. And he opened his book up. He said, this is easy. He said, get behind a shovel 16, 18-hour days. He says, you know how it's like. Drive truck for 18-hour days. You know what it's like. This is easy. And I put it in that, aspect. It was. I just had to go and start reading. I had to discipline myself. And it wasn't for my wife. She helped me immensely. When I went back to school, I haven't seen math since 1984. That was tough, sitting in class. It was tough. These guys have these fancy little calculators, and they'd say, you should be done. And I'm sitting there like, I didn't even turn it on yet, So it was tough. I remember withdrawing from a math class because it was so tough. But I didn't give up. I persevered. I dreamed. There's one thing I'll tell you, seniors, dream. I asked the elder one time, I said, why is it we in so much turmoil on the reservation? He simply put, we quit dreaming. We don't dream anymore. And when we dream, we tell people, they laugh. Or we get scared to tell people of our dreams. Our whole ways of our native life are from dreams. Dream again, guys. Dream. If you can dream, you can achieve it. That's just the way it is. When I sat there and I thought about things, the beatings didn't hurt me. What was said to me was hurting growing up. You never amount to anything. You don't know who your dad is. You name it. You're worthless. That was from time up till I was 14 years old. That hurt. Watch what you say. You never know what happens behind closed doors. You never know what happens behind closed doors. Always watch what you say. On your worst day, don't pick on people. And on your best day, help people. You got to help people. You got to volunteer your time. I don't know how many times I volunteered just to volunteer to go into these youth homes and talk about resilience, never give up. You got to volunteer. It's not about you. There's a whole other world out there. I like to say the things you don't see. I tell people that go up when you examine something. Tell me what you think. And Narcissus Blood said it best. Examine the things you don't see. When you come up to a sacred site, what don't you see? You don't see the buffalo. You don't see the grass. Why? That's what you ask. Why isn't all that there? So with that, it is good to be here. How much time I got there, young? Still? Oh, we're good. When you get down, call on your higher power. Call on what you believe in. You've got to reach out and find your higher power. There are many times that I went through difficult times. I even thought of suicide in times when I was a kid. But I knew I had a higher power. I had a better place to go. I have a destiny. I always tell my wife this. I say, things are coming. I don't know what it is. I said, but good things are coming. I feel full. That's what you guys got to find. You got to find in your life to feel full. Your life is being full. And that's what I feel today. I feel full because my kids, who would have thought that I'd had one graduate this weekend in journalism? I have one next year in nursing in Bozeman, one at Stanford University. That is pretty good for a kid that had nothing. That is pretty good that had nothing. There's always two things I try to live by today. If you don't lie, you do not have to remember anything. If you don't lie, you don't have to remember anything. And always do the right thing when no one's watching. Always do the right thing when no one's watching. Remember, you are the captain of your vessel. There's an 18-inch journey you take every day. It's from your heart to your mind. Use it well. You've got to use it well. I'm going to sing a praise song for you seniors. I would like just the seniors to stand. And these praise songs are one of the highest honors we as Blackfeet people can do and sing for you. I always remember when I went out to get a praise song, I called one guy about 10 years ago and he didn't show up. And I called another guy and he didn't show up. And I was like, wow, these are hard to come by. So I just grabbed the phone. I called a friend of mine. And I said, hey, I need a praise song. Can you direct me another way? Oh, use mine. So that's so simple, but they are so hard to get. I've seen horses given away for them. They're hard to get because, and that's what I say, always remember this. Good things come to you. You don't have to rush at it. Good things come to you. Doors will be slammed in your face. Hey, go around, there's another door, knock on it. Don't ever give up, guys. Ever give up. You guys are good people. You guys are going to do some great things in the future. And I know you will. So with that, here's a praise song, and I am very honored to have come talk to you guys. I hope that my message to you guys of never giving up, find that fire in your heart, and never give up. No matter what happens, guys. And respect everybody and everybody's way of life. When you start respecting everybody's way of life and start building that bridge between you and other cultures, you will realize that it is a beautiful thing out here when we respect each other. Thank you.
All right, let's give Kevin another big round of applause there. Wow. Thank you for those beautiful words. Next week I have to give a speech for the Helena Indian graduates, and I just want to ask Kevin to come over and speak for me now. But thank you. That was powerful. All right, at this time, we'd like the Hellgate High School seniors to stand. Hellgate seniors, where are you at? Stand up. All right, let's give these guys a big round of applause. Way to go, Hellgate seniors. Right on. Okay, I think we're going to do another door prize, so I'll grab these guys and someone can go home with something here. Let's see, who wants to help me draw? You want to help me out? Who do we got? Brooke Linton. Brooke Linton, where are you at? All right, let's give Brooke a round of applause. Gets to go home with something. How about Dustin? Want to draw a name for us? Who do we got? Sandra Phelps. Sandra Phelps. Where are you at? Sandra here? No? All right, we got to go again. Annalicia Rodriguez. She here? All right, let's have someone else draw now. No. All right, third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. Here we go. Here we go. Who do we got? Oliver O'Neill. Oliver O'Neill. Where are you at, Oliver? Jeez, nobody. I'm glad Oliver's not here because I just called him Olivia. So. All right, one more. Here we go. Kyle Fox Daniels. Kyle, all right. Yay. Go find Glenda over there. She's got something for you. Right on, Dustin. Oh, one more? Okay. Here we go, Karen. Who do we got? Jordan Mesa. Jordan, where you at? All right. Jordan's here. Cool. You know, when Kevin was talking about, honoring Indian women, it reminded me of a story. And so I thought I'd tell this real quick. Long time ago, we say, "Eh, honey." Everybody go like this, "Eh, honey." So if you're giving a speech, especially the non-Indians do that, it really impresses them. "Eh, honey." You got to go clockwise, though. "Eh, honey." Anyway, these three guys were out hiking in the springtime. There was a Lakota, a Crow, and a Blackfeet. And these are young guys, and they're hiking way up in the mountains, and they come across to this raging river, further across in this room, and they don't know how to get across. And so the Crow man puts out tobacco, and he says, "Creator, give me the strength to get across this river." Poof, he gets these big muscles on his arms and legs and chest, and he hops in that river, and he starts swimming. Almost drowns, but he makes it to the other side, crawls up on that bank exhausted. Blackfeet guy's watching this, so he puts out tobacco. Said, "Creator, give me the tools to get across this river." Poof, a canoe appears there with a little paddle. He hops in that canoe and starts paddling across the river, almost drowns, almost tips over, grabs onto his canoe, keeps swimming, makes it across the other side. Lakota guy's watching this. He puts out tobacco. "Creator, give me the intelligence to get across this river." Poof, turns into a Lakota woman. She pulls out her GPS and finds a bridge. So we got to honor our women because they're a lot smarter than us guys, aren't they? Okay, I think we got another speaker coming up. And this guy here, it's like I get to work in Helena, Montana, and sometimes I get to go up to the legislature and maybe testify on a bill or be an informational witness or something. But I'd always go up there and I'd see this guy wandering the halls and fighting and advocating for American Indian people. So Dustin Monroe is the founder and CEO of Native Generational Change, a grassroots organization that works to change intergenerational mobility for Native American communities, both on and off the reservation. He's also a veteran. He served in combat operations in Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom before returning to college at the University of Maryland, then later graduating from University of Montana. Has a business degree with an emphasis in management from the University of Montana and a master's in public administration with an emphasis on tribal policy development. He is accepted into the PhD program in anthropology with an emphasis on decolonization methods for Plains tribes at the University of Montana. He's also served at the Pentagon, assisted in establishing a national organization called the Wounded Warrior Brigade. He served 2 terms as a state lobbyist, has over 2 years as a small business owner, 12 years in the government sector, and 13 years in management. So let's give a warm welcome for Dustin Monroe here. Wow, that's quite the resume.
I always hate just standing up here. I've always been nervous speaking in front of everybody. I'm very honored. And going behind Kevin, that's a big task. I don't know why they put me behind Kevin. I always like to try to go in front of Kevin. But I'd like to say I'm truly honored to come here and speak to everybody. I'd like to thank everybody that invited me and for the good food. And so I couldn't pass it up when they said that. But I'm just really honored because, I mean, I remember being where you guys are sitting a couple of years ago. Well, maybe a couple more moons ago. It felt like a couple of years ago to me. But sitting in there and coming to one, I went to school at Great Falls High. I lived in, I grew up on the reservation when I was younger. And so much like a couple people and, ones in here also that probably moved from the reservation and had to deal with those challenges of moving from a reservation school and coming to the city, there are many challenges for us. When I was a little child, I'll just tell you a little bit about my story. Really, it starts like when I grew up in a place called Death Row, and the reason that's ironic is because back in like in the 80s there was this Death Row and Tupac and all these guys, and so, but I really didn't understand that because we didn't have no streets in Browning where I lived at the time. It was called the Detox Homes, and then it turned into Death Row. And so when I was a little kid, people always ask you where you're from. Everybody knew you're either from Chinatown, Newtown, and everybody knew those. But that's where I grew up, and people knew where you were from, or Old Agency. And so when I was a little child, I grew up being told you're from death row. And I was very proud being from death row, and my last name was Monroe. And always be proud of where you're from and your last name. I was always told that. So every time somebody come up and meet somebody, as a little kid, shake their hand hard. And my name's Dustin Monroe, and I'm not the other Monroes, because there's a couple of families of us. So I always grew up like that. The reason I say that is because it was a big difference moving from the reservation to the city. And when I moved to a city, I went to a place called Longfellow Elementary in Great Falls. I went there first, and it was a big transition. And I went to another school called Lincoln. But I was always moving back and forth from the reservation to the city, back and forth, due to other problems within within our life, my mom and my family and everything. So we were always moving back and forth. And so I wasn't quite getting in school all the time like I should have. So I got held back in the first grade. And, we can talk about all these things and all these good things that you hear about me, but there's always a story to why those things happened. And a lot of times we don't know that whole story, but some of the stuff that I also, when I was in first grade, I was smacked behind the head by a teacher because she said, "Why do you talk like that? Why can't you say?" Because there's certain words I couldn't say because I was used to saying plum and caddy, growing up. And so I had this thick Browning accent, and this teacher, she wasn't used to it. And so she'd be like, "Well, why don't you do that?" and smack me in the back of the head. And this was in first grade, just moving from the reservation. And so it almost made me have internal racism, because it was the first time I'd ever been in a class where I was the only Indian. Back in Browning, it was all Indians. And so it was very hard for me. And so I was very quiet. That's hard to believe, but I was very quiet as a child. And going even through that, I was in all the special ed classes. They used to put me in this other room with these people because they were basically calling me slow. It was just I wasn't in school full time, and education was a little different where we were from. My grandmother that was raising me only had a 7th grade education. But I learned so much off Jeopardy. And so that was one of those things where I started out Jeopardy, and then I actually started reading the dictionary. And it started that fire inside myself because I kept going to school, and I kept having these teachers tell me I was no good. And that's hard for a little child, and especially when you don't talk. And I had a stuttering problem. I couldn't talk right. Like being up here, this is a miracle. Because I used to stutter, and so I couldn't say words, and then other kids would tease me, and then kids would tease me for being darker. And so I went through this whole thing, and this was in the Great Falls school systems. And then I finally got to go to another school where I had wonderful teachers. And I still remember the teacher's name. His name was Mr. Sen. He was from St. Paul, Minneapolis. He loved baseball, and he was just very open. But that teacher right there, that saved me. That was one of those people, one of those angels that was put in my life that saved me. Or I might not even be here. Because I remember some of the other Indian kids I grew up with, they didn't have that teacher. And they kind of start going a different way already in their life right there. But all throughout school, I was always that one Indian kid. And then when you talk about Indians, the teachers always look at me like I was supposed to know every Indian. The American week, well, what do they know? And I was like, sheesh, I don't know. I go to powwows, but I got powwows. That's where I get my clothes at. Because I used to always buy my clothes, at all the powwows. I'd go there and buy them from all those people for like $7.99. I'd come and look really fancy for a couple of weeks till they fall apart on you. And so, I'd have all those, and people really didn't know, but it was always kind of hidden within it. But even going through that, I grew up in alcohol. My mom used to drink, and I used to have the stuff around me in my life like that. She got sober, and it really changed the life, but I seen what my mom overcame, and that really helped me out. My father wasn't in my life, majority of my life, so it was just one person really raising me. And so when we had the father games, it was very different coming into a non-native group too. Like on a reservation, it was almost normal to have just a one parent. Where I was going, they had like father baseball games and all this, and they were wondering, also they had like, where's your dad? And these kids would ask me, where's your dad at? And I was like, I don't know, he's at a powwow? He just never came back from a gathering. So I used to, I had to learn how to deal with it, but inside it was very angry, and I had to learn how to overcome adversity at a very young age. But inside myself, I always had that kind of doubt if I could even do the education and learn like a lot of other people, or was I just slow? I had that, and I had these teachers, but I always had those good teachers in my life, or those people in my life that came and told me I could. There was another teacher in middle school, Miss Paxton. I still remember all these teachers because that's how much of an influence these teachers had on my life to be where I'm at. She actually told me, she said, I'm from Southside Chicago. I grew up like this. She told me her story. And by her telling me her story, I knew I could do this. And so I kept going through it. But then when I got to high school, it became very lonely because this whole room that I started out, 35 that graduated? That's amazing. I mean, I think we started out with that. And then by the time I graduated high school from Great Falls High, there was 5 of us. There was 5 of us. It was like one table. And it was like all these other people. It was one table of us graduated, and I was the only male that graduated my senior year. And my senior year, I moved out on my own, and I lived on my own, and I fell on my face. I got in trouble. I got in trouble with the law. I did stuff I shouldn't have did. I wasn't the good kid. I was arrested when I was younger. I had to do some stuff that I'm not very proud of, that I made the poor decisions. But that was just because of my environment, a lot of around us, what was going on. I made poor decisions. But some of the best advice I ever got was from my friends that said, they were making really wrong decisions. They were going really crazy in their life. And what they told me is, they said, you're not like us. We need a lawyer. They told me that we need somebody to bail us out later on in life. So you got to stay in school. That's where you got to go. And this is from the guys that are just like the crazy ones. We all got those friends that are just going crazy. But they said, you need to get educated. You're the one that can do this. So I was like, oh, God, come on. Now I want to run the streets with you. And they're like, no, you got to do this. So I was like, all right. So then I came here to the University of Montana. And at the University of Montana, I came the first year, and I didn't succeed. I drank the first year. It was a crazy time here at the University of Montana, and I didn't make the right decisions again. And so I said, I can't do this. I'm not as smart as these kids. I'm just not. I can't do it. All these kids are coming in here, and they're all raising their hands, and I'm sitting in the back, and everybody knows the answer. I was like, oh, what the hell I'm doing here? And then all my friends from the reservation, they're like, you should know this, putting pressure on me. You went to a white school. You should know what the heck they're talking about. We don't know. And I was like, oh, my God, even the reservation kids are smarter than me. So I was like, where the hell do I fit in? So I was like, I went through that, and I failed out of college the first time. It wasn't a success. I mean, you can hear all these things, and they sound like successful, but no, I failed many times, and I fell on my face many times. But the difference is I keep getting up because, like Kevin, I have that voice inside me. It's a very silent voice sometimes. You can't hear it, but it comes. Okay, I got you. But, cut it short right here. I've always fell on my face, but I've always gotten back up. I've even been homeless and lived in my car for a period of my life after making some more poor decisions. So it's nothing successful about my whole story. It's always been ups and downs, but I've always kept getting up. And within this past year, I'm the first one in my family to get my master's degree, and I was very proud of that. And I didn't go to this ceremony. I was so proud just to be with this is my little boy Tatum. That's what I do it for. I do it for my family, and I surround myself with different people. But surround yourself, and one thing, for the advice that I have to give is surround yourself with people, because your circle should be small, because if your circle is really large, it's going to have you stumble on your face, and remember to speak up. Even though I'm just one person, I have went and spoke at Helena once I learned that you could actually advocate and you could change things. I've went and spoke on behalf of getting 19-year-old funding. I've also spoken for the language and other things. But I just taught myself. I didn't wait for somebody to open the door. I opened doors. If you want to do something in this life, be great. Challenge yourself. Because there's no reason. Don't listen to no. You can do it. Just if you want to do something, do it. You want to be president? Do it. You want to be the governor? Do it. You can do all this. Don't wait for somebody to open a door. Just do it. Leslie Steinrock, right here. I didn't know who this amazing woman was, but she came and spoke on behalf of House Bill 509. That's the one I wrote right there. And she gave an amazing testimony. It was, if you really want to see something, she got up and she did it. And it was amazing. Thank you.
Oh, Steve. Let's hear another round for Dustin. Jeez. That's pretty cool. Thank you for those good words. All right, at this time, Sentinel High School seniors, where are you? Sentinel High School, let's stand up, acknowledge these guys. So, big round of applause for Sentinel High School. Oop, got another door prize, so where should I go? Let's go over here to these guys. So. Let's see who we got. Kobe Loonsfoot. Kobe. All right. and Glenda. Let's just stay right here. Yep. Elijah Gladu. Elijah. All right. Right here. One more. Megan Branson. Megan Branson, where are you? Hey, there she is. Cool. Thank you. That was pretty good. 3 for 3, Mark. All right. Okay, they had also asked me to say a few words. And so I was given a speech by Cecil Crawford. He can't be here tonight, and so I was asked to read his speech, and so I thought I would do that. And this is a congratulations letter from Cecil, and we all know Cecil. He's a pretty cool guy. We like to joke around, and where's Cecil's family at? Back there? Over here? Okay. All right. I told Cecil's wife I'd try and use my best Blackfeet accent, but I don't know. So I love the Blackfeet language, though. It's like a song. You know, you know, it's beautiful language. Blackfeet, one of the words I learned in Blackfeet from one of my friends at Bozeman, he said, you know, the Blackfeet word for stop sign? I was like, no. He said, STOP. So I like that, you know. All right, this is a letter from Cecil. Okay, to the Native American graduating class of 2015, or the class of 2015, congratulations, you did it, as I knew you would and could. I am very, very proud of you, as you know I am. I'm sorry I can't be with you here today. I am at the Recovery Center in Missoula getting help with a disease called alcoholism. I will be at our graduation in June. I am so proud of you. I know the obstacles you had to overcome to be where you are today. I won't say you are like my kids. You are my kids, and never forget it. You make me proud, so very proud. I retired, but I will finish the school year, and I will be at the university when you walk in cap and gown. As Native Americans, we are of the Buffalo Nation. In the winter, when the blizzard comes, cows just go wherever the storm pushes them. When they come to an obstacle, they pile up and die. Buffalo, turn and face the storm. Don't be like cows. I want you to be like buffalo. Hold your head high and turn and face the storm. There will be storms, so believe in yourself, because I believe in you. Congratulations, thank you, Cecil B. And he said pray for him. So let's offer some good thoughts and prayers for Cecil. I guess, you know, for a few thoughts from me, you know, I grew up in South Dakota. I grew up on the Crow Creek Reservation, and when I went to school, my first 3 years of school in a one-room schoolhouse. We didn't have running water. A different family would bring those big gallons of water, you know, 5-gallon jugs. Anybody else go to a one-room school in the room here? It was quite the experience. We used to get in trouble for tipping over the outhouses when I was a kid, but we had a lot of fun. But, you know, growing up, my mom and dad worked for the boarding school. My dad ran a printing press, and my mom was a secretary, and it was a Catholic boarding school where we were at Crow Creek. It was called Stephan Mission. And growing up there was a really unique experience. You know, on the reservation where we were, there wasn't too many paved roads. But because I was on a campus, there was sidewalks there, and I was one of the few kids around that had a big wheel that could actually ride it because we had pavement. A lot of fun, though, growing up there. But I was always surrounded by priests and nuns. And my aunt actually became a nun, Sister Inez Jetty. And she gave me a really good piece of advice when I was going to get ready to graduate from college. We sat down. She came over and she came to visit me at the college, and this is at the University of South Dakota. And she said, Mike, what are you going to do? She said, you've gone into education. Where are you going to go? I said, I don't know. I'm just going to start looking for jobs. And she said, well, you know what you need to do? She said, you need to go back to the reservation. She said, I don't care which one you go to. But she said, find some elders. Find some people to mentor you. Because there's this knowledge out there that you need to tap into. She said, you grew up a certain way, but she said, you need to go back and learn this while you still can. There's folks that can teach you. And when I did that, it was quite an amazing experience. It changed my life. I found some things just fell into place. I found mentors that taught me lots of songs, got to go to ceremonies, sat up there, went on a hamblecha, on a Vision Quest ceremony, really finding who you are. And that, I'm still dealing with that question, who am I? But it's quite the journey getting to this place. But what really has got me so far is going back to ceremonies, going back to those traditions, just listening to people. I learned a lot from that. I've gotten 2 names in my life. So one is Wambli Ishnala. That translates into Lone Eagle. I was gifted that in ceremony by a man named Melvin Graybear and Leon Red Dog and Rocky Afraid of Hawk, 20-some years ago. And I carry that name, and they said, use that. But I was also gifted another name from a Benedictine monk. His name is Father Stan Maudlin. He passed away. But he used to work, he spoke fluent Dakota. And he worked on the Fort Totten Reservation, where my dad was from, up on the Turtle Mountain Reservation, where my mom was from. But he was gifted a name in Cree, Blessing Eagle. And he was gifted it. It's a very, very old name. And before he died, he was to pass it on to somebody. And he passed that on to me. And before I die, I'm supposed to pass this name on to somebody. It's very, very old, and there's a song that comes with that name. But when he told me about this, he said, there's 4 things you need to do every day. And you reflect on these, you think about it. But the 4 things he told me was, I need to be silent, I need to be generous, I need to be forgiving, and I need to be humble. And he said, you think about that. He said, whatever you do in your life, if you concentrate on those 4 things, you'll do good. And so I still have a hard time being a good listener. My wife always reminds me of that. But, those things have really helped guide me in my life. And you never know where this journey will take you. You might run into somebody, say go do this or go do that. But, do what, find that, inner spark, whatever it is that you're going to get interested in and want to do. Go do it. What these guys said, what Dustin said here, what Kevin said, what Dr. Apostle said. Take those words to heart, because they're speaking to you from the heart. So I guess that's the advice I want to offer. And so the one thing my dad told me when I was growing up too, he said, Mike, you should never criticize someone until you've walked a mile in their moccasins. And I said, why is that, Dad? And he said, well, that way you can be a mile away, plus you got their moccasins. So one of my friends said that joke is so old it's making a comeback. So, all right, at this time we have, who was coming up? Oh, Willard. Let's have the Willard Alternative High School seniors stand up. Where are you at? Let's hear it for Willard. All right. Cool. Way to go, you guys. I think we're going to do another door prize before we move on to the next, so how about we go over here? Get us some good names. Who do we got? Marlena Jones. Marlena Jones, are you here? All right, cool. Angelia Fish. Angelia. Okay, here we go. Kendallin Charging. Kendallin Charging, are you here? All right, cool. Right on. Thank you, John. You get to go home with something. Okay, I think what's going to happen now is we're going to have the high school principals and Title VII Parent Advisory Committee come on up, and we'll do a presentation of certificates and feathers. So I will turn the mic over to Kathy.
I just wanted to say we're going to go somewhat in alphabetical order. So let's have the Big Sky High School principal, Natalie Yeager. Did I pronounce that right? Jaeger, I'm sorry. Come on up. And we're going to have helpers give you the certificates as the seniors walk across. And on deck is Hellgate.
Thank you, Kathy. Okay. I'm honored to introduce the seniors from Big Sky High School and also share a little bit about their hopes and dreams for their futures. Tamara Brubaker is a student who isn't here tonight, but we have Angelia Fish. Please come up, Angelia. Angelia is going to study at the University of Montana next year and study film and media studies. All right. Next is Elijah Gladue. Elijah is planning on going to Missoula College and studying either culinary arts or computer science. I'd like to welcome Marlena Jones. Marlena is moving to Germany and has applied for college in Munich and hopes to find out soon if she's accepted. Next is Micah Kitson. Micah is going to attend Johnson & Wales in North Carolina and study fashion merchandising. I'd like to welcome up Brooke Linton. Next year, Brooke is going to attend Utah Valley University and study pre-law. Clayton Littleson is a Big Sky senior who couldn't be with us tonight, but I'd like to welcome up Jordan Mesa. Jordan is attending the University of Montana next year, and she's going to study dance and media arts. I think it was a minor in media arts and a major in dance. I think that was right. We have two additional seniors who couldn't be with us, who I'd like to recognize: Mason Meskimen and Zane Whitaker. And those are our Big Sky High School seniors. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Lisa Hendricks, and I'm principal of Hellgate High School. And I'm going to just take a quick second to say thank you to a few people. One of the things Dustin said was how much he appreciated his teachers. And so last year I failed to recognize our teacher, and I don't want to do that this year. So I just want to recognize Nancy Laram, who teaches our Native American Studies and is so instrumental in helping these graduates graduate this year. So thank you, Nancy, for all you do. I also want to honor Cecil. It was quite a shock when he came in earlier this semester and told me that he was graduating, that he was retiring. He is graduating, that he was retiring at the end of this semester. And I don't know, Karen, what your plans are for filling his position, but I wish you the luck to find somebody, because Cecil has certainly been a huge influence in all of the Hellgate community. We enjoy watching him walk the halls, and he is always there to help and support in any way that he can. Our staff has come to depend on him so, and I know that he means a great deal, and he stays in touch with these graduates for years and years after they graduate. So he will be greatly missed, and I just want to honor him tonight. So if you'll help me do that. Okay, and now to our graduating seniors. Our first senior is Chaz Brewer. Chaz, come on up. Chaz is still undecided at this time whether to enter the military or go on straight to college after graduating. He hopes someday to finish his education and become a helicopter mechanic. Maya Ditloff and her family could not be with us this evening. She'll be attending the University of California at Los Angeles to study film production, and she wants to become a movie director. Sprague Littleleaf is here with us this evening. Congratulations, Sprague. Sprague plans to take a gap year before he then plans to study criminal justice in Lethbridge, Canada, and eventually become a police officer. Kobe Loonsfoot. Kobe will follow a long family tradition by joining the Marines in August. Congratulations, Kobe, where he wants to learn logistics, and specifically EOD, which is explosive ordnance disposal. Sounds dangerous. And Kiana Price, beautiful Kiana Price, will attend Lewis and Clark College in Portland to study psychology. The Rodriguez twins and family could not be with us this evening, but Annalisa will attend Fort Lewis College in Durango, Colorado. She's not sure about her major, but she's thinking about sociology and criminology and maybe becoming a lawyer. And Ashley, her sister, will go to Fort Lewis College in Durango with her. And she's not sure about her major, but she's thinking about veterinarian science. We wish them the best of luck. Bradley Shawn. Is Bradley here? I thought I saw Bradley. Okay, I guess Bradley couldn't be with us tonight. He plans on attending the University of Montana, where he will study computer science and eventually work as a software developer or in computer programming. We wish him the best of luck. And finally, Olivia Smith. The best for last, Olivia. Olivia wants to study accounting at the University of Montana or the University of Washington. She's not quite made up her mind yet. And she hopes to become a CPA and do a lot of traveling. Thank you, and that's your Hellgate Knights.
Next, I'd like to call up Ted Fuller from Sentinel High School.
All right, good evening. Thank you. Before I call up our seniors and offer congratulations, I want to just say thank you to all of you for having me here this evening and let you know what an incredible honor it is to be here to recognize these graduates. And I just want to share briefly, we talk often about what our students and our graduates learn from us and from school. And I just want to share a few things that I've learned from all of you. And hopefully you can carry this forward knowing that you have so much to offer the world, so much to offer the world. When I joined Missoula County Public Schools in 2002, I have to admit I didn't know a tremendous amount about Native American culture and tradition. And since then, I have learned so much about Native American culture and tradition. Foremost among those lessons have been mentioned tonight by our speakers: the importance of honor, the importance of respect and family, and honoring and respecting the members of your family. Cecil Crawford's name has come up again and again, and he's someone who taught me a valuable lesson about one of the most important traditions that I've seen in Native American culture, and that is one of deep, deep caring and kindness. And he spoke at our Graduation Matters event in March, and we spoke of some of the different reasons there's so much celebration of Native American students' success in Missoula. And he told the crowd that every morning, rain, shine, snow, he stands where the school bus drops off students and shakes their hand and greets them as they come into school. And he shared how that simple act of kindness and caring sometimes was the thing that made a student's day, that made them come to school, that enabled them to stay. And so it was just one small example of the incredible kindness and caring that I know is an extraordinary part of what enables all of our Native American students to achieve the success they do. So thank you for those lessons that you've taught me over the years here in Missoula. I am deeply, deeply appreciative of that. So without further ado, let's bring our Sentinel seniors up here. We couldn't be prouder of this group, starting with Marcus Bear Medicine. Marcus plans to attend the University of Montana Western in Dillon, and his dreams for the future are graduation and to continue his running career and lead a good life. Congratulations, Marcus. Megan Branson. Megan's going to be attending the University of Montana in their pre-med program, and her dreams for the future are to become a pediatric doctor, which I'm sure she's going to achieve. Kendall in charging. I know she's here. There she is. Her plans are to attend college after graduation. She hasn't decided where to pursue a degree in game design and 3D modeling and animation, and her dream for the future is to make video games, create art, and live a creative life. Miss Elizabeth Crawford. In addition to brightening the halls of Sentinel High School with her beautiful smile, after she graduates, Elizabeth plans to work for 2 years and then then attend school, and her dream is to someday work with young children. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Devontae, you're over there by the door, but we're going to bring you up here. Devontae Northcutt. I don't know if you're trying to sneak out on us. Devontae plans to attend college after graduation, and he is as yet undecided as to what he'll study or what the future holds for him, but we know it'll be great. Congratulations. The Sentinel graduates who were unable to attend this evening, but I want to honor and recognize Mr. Shane Gearing, Oliver O'Neill, and Mr. Edward Wilkie. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fuller. Okay, next I would like to call up Heather Davis-Schmidt to talk about Cheyenne Murphy, who couldn't be in attendance here. Please excuse our little...
Good evening. Thank you so much for being here. This was clearly made for someone taller than me. I am pleased to be here. Unfortunately, Dr. Kat Pecora, principal at Sealy Swan High School, could not be here this evening. Her husband was thrown off his horse last week, and she was just picking him up from the hospital tonight. So we're glad that he's making a good recovery. But I am pleased to tell you a little bit about Cheyenne Murphy. I had the pleasure of being a teacher of her older siblings several years ago at Sealy Swan High School. Kiani and Cody Murphy were just some of my favorite students, and so it's a great honor to get to talk a little bit about Cheyenne Murphy this evening. So Cheyenne's goal in life is to get her early elementary education degree and to teach preschool. She will be attending Flathead Community College in the fall. So let's give Cheyenne a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Next, we're going to have Willard Alternative High School Principal, Jane Bennett. Come on up. Thank you, Jane.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you all for attending this incredibly wonderful celebration of the accomplishments of these great kids. I would like to acknowledge a staff member at Willard also who is not here tonight, but Mary Meyer, who is a science teacher for us, has been a member of the Title VII Parent Committee for a number of years and has really contributed a lot in that role, I think, and we're grateful for her efforts. Also at Willard, I believe that the staff of a school should reflect the diversity of the student body. And we have an outstanding Native American Studies teacher at Willard, and we do the family thing there. Our students have two families, the one at home and the one at school. So I would like our very own Matt Bell to please come up here with me and do some handshaking with me. Part of the Willard family, this is Matt Bell. Matt's a terrific teacher, teaches interesting, very interesting and in-depth classes, all the way from Native American film studies to Native American cooking. Awesome. 5th period, very popular class. Also, Mike Jetty, just like you, I pay attention to the words of other people because I'm always looking for words to inspire the alternative students at Willard. And so I will be able to say to them that one time I heard Kevin Kicking Woman say that a time in his life he decided that he would rather fail trying than to just quit. So I'm going to tell my students that and that you said that. Thank you. And Dustin Monroe, I'm going to quote you to my kids too because you said, and I'm going to tell them you said, open your own doors. Open your own doors. Great advice. Thank you. We have some students at Willard who have overcome a lot of adversity to get where they are in life, and these students are going to graduate from high school. Pretty darn cool. LaShawn Albert Henson is not here tonight, but as a young parent, she has learned perhaps the hard way some of life's lessons, and she has become for her child a role model of finishing what you start and becoming a high school graduate. So let's hear it for LaShawn. We've listened to a lot of very good words about Cecil B. Crawford tonight, but a young man in his own right who is outstanding is Chad Crawford, Cecil's son. So Chad, come up here, please. You know, right now, Chad is engaged full-time in helping his family, but he is college-bound, no question about it. He is clever and wicked funny, and he can write like you would not believe. Someday you will go to a bookstore, you'll stand in a really long line to get an autograph from Chad Crawford. Congratulations, Chad. Next up for us is Kyle Fox Daniels. Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Let me tell you something about Kyle. Mathematics is his favorite subject, right, Kyle?
That's right.
Right. Kyle has some very serious career ambitions, but I'm telling you right now, he could be, if he wanted to, he could become a rapper. And I heard him compose a rap about geometry that was one of a kind, one of a kind. It was awesome. You know, Chad finished requirements for a diploma in March. He's already working full-time as he awaits receiving his diploma in June. But he does plan to attend college. I'm sure he will be successful there. He's going to study biology or forestry or something outside because he loves to be active and outside. Right, Kyle? Yeah. Magnus Goches is not here this evening, but let me tell you, Magnus is incredibly gifted as a student, will go to college, will be a huge success. And as a sidelight, he's in a band. You have to take your earplugs to listen to this band, but he's really talented. They write their own music, and he's magnificent. So let's hear it for Magnus. Celeste Payne, also not here tonight, is another talented musician. She sings acoustic guitar and writes her own music and sings beautifully like an angel. Celeste Payne is already in college. She was an early graduate this year from Willard, so let's hear it for Celeste. Sandra Phelps not here, but I can tell you about Sandra that she has she determined earlier this year that she would, in fact, finish the requirements for a diploma. So she's involved in a special program at our school right now, and they're taking some very intensive tests right now to prove that they should be high school graduates, and she is doing very well on that. In fact, on the writing test, I have to tell you, she got a perfect score on the writing test. So let's hear it for Sandra. And next up is Leslie Standing Rock. Fortunately for all of us in the older generation here tonight, we can count on Leslie to take care of us when we get old, because she is going to be a nurse. But if she didn't have that in her dreams, she could be a political activist.
I wanted to be a thug, but that wasn't an appropriate answer.
Leslie's a kind and caring individual who will be a fabulous nurse and will take care of people when they need someone to help them. So thank you much for allowing me to present our students tonight. They are wonderful young people, good students, but also very good human beings. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we've had been asked to have Jordan Mesa come up, Big Sky High School senior. You're going to recite a poem. So where you at, Jordan? Come on up. I love poetry, by the way, too. Anybody use our curriculum at OPI called Birthright? All American Indian poets from Montana. Powerful stuff. So poetry is powerful. So thank you, Jordan.
I had to take my shoes off for this. So, all right. My name's Jordan Mesa. I'm a senior at Big Sky. And for my senior project, I just documented my year through video. And this is one of the scripts that I read. It's a slam poem just about my year this year. I had this idea that by doing these videos, I'd be feeding people food for thought and reflect on what I've come to find, having the answers. But as I sit in a quiet room staring in the lens, I capture nothing but a blank stare and an open mouth. How can I feed you when I myself don't eat? Okay, I don't always practice all that I preach, but I won't talk at you. No, I won't talk down to you. All pegs on this tripod are risen level with me, and I'm gonna be level with you. Having the answers has never been so unfulfilling. Everything I thought I knew is untrue. How can I have solid advice when I change my mind 1 trillion times? I'm a child, people tell me. This phase comes with age, will pass too. Everything I'm told and feel, see, morph together and result. It's a result of me and you, because whether you know it, you who I've once heard speak or once heard see have an effect on me, good or bad, I'll take it. And when you say, oh my God, I hate people, an overrated, overstated echo, you don't always mean what you say. Everything will change. An opinion that won't adjust lives in a mind that won't advance. Being perfect is being stationary. And I want to be the hottest mess I can be so I can grow and I can change, because in that I found my definition of success. Not in your limits you created for me, an A, a B, or a C, give me an F. Because I don't complete the objectives. That's not the bigger picture. I'll give my 100% and hope it's good enough. Sit up until 4 a.m. studying, being the sponge you tell me I am. I got a 17 on my ACTs. I wasn't created to be in a room tested. Teach me. The halls that I go through aren't what they used to be, but are now obstacles that have morphed me and my opinion of this place that I return to every day. The kids I walk by are more to me than passerbyers. We're a product of the small impact that we have on one another. So I try to smile and wave, but the look on my face doesn't lie. Nowadays, it seems as though it takes the same amount of muscles in my face to smile as it does to frown. We all come to a facility that classifies us, and we too look each other up and down. Let the system rate you if you wish. Separate them into grades, and hopefully they're all the same level at the end of the year. I'm gonna sweat right now trying to finish this test that determines my intelligence. So we're all the same age, we're not all the same, and you know it. There's a difference between a teacher and an educator. And education is what I want, just some food for thought. Thank you.
Wow, that was cool, powerful. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. Let's give her one more round of applause. It takes a lot to do that. All right, we'd like to have Moses Yellowrobe III, the artist and creator of the metal feathers given to the seniors, come on up and say a few words. So, Moses. All right.
Well, good evening to all of you. I'm the artist that created these feathers for the graduating seniors. And just like to say a little something. I've always been an artist growing up. I always excelled in art. I always struggled with all the different subjects ever since I could remember, but I always got an A in art. And all the way up through high school, I was always doodling. It was kind of like my happy place when I was drawing or painting or something, creating something with my hands. And then I graduated, and I had ambitions to go to the American Institute, or the Institute of American Indian Arts in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I ended up going to Haskell instead, because I was a cross-country runner at the time. So then as soon as I left New Mexico, that's where I was born and raised, I got kind of left art behind. I met a lot of great artists in my travels, and plus I grew up in New Mexico, so there was a lot of great artists there, and I always was kind of unsure about my work compared to all the local talent. And even at Haskell too, all the Indian artists there, they were really good. So I kind of became a closet artist and just kind of did stuff on the side, but I never would have thought that I could try to pursue this as a career. And I'm at a point in my life where, yeah, I just embraced it. I guess it's like it's a passion of mine, and I guess the destiny of it was that I was going to come back full circle again. It's kind of weird. I stepped away from art for like 8 years, 10 years. But as soon as I started working with a different medium, it just all came back and kind of exploded, actually. And it's still exploding because, yeah, I'm found what I'm supposed to do. And but along the way, though, I just always stayed in school, got my associate's degree from Salish Kootenai College. I'm still trying to finish up here at the University of Montana. But one of the great highlights of my life right now is that I get to be an instructor at Salish Kootenai College. So my art was good enough for my old instructors and mentors to give me a recommendation. And so now I just want to let you guys know, the graduating seniors, I always like this Billy Mills quote, and I always use it because it came true for me. Every passion has its destiny. So whatever you're good at, just go for it, and never stop learning too. And there's some great stories from earlier. I came late, so actually these came like straight from the studio. So I was like procrastinating too, real bad. So, but yeah, just good luck in all your future endeavors, and thanks for inviting me and allowing me to be part of you guys' graduation ceremonies. Thanks.
Thank you, Moses. Moses, you set up vending booths at powwows too, I think? Or? So farmer's market too, so go buy his stuff. I was very fortunate a few years ago to be gifted one of his feathers, and it hangs in my office at OPI, so that's a big honor for me. So at this time we'll have Kathy and Glenda come up, and they'll kind of close the show for us here. But one thing you should know about these two women, they're so smart it only takes them a half an hour to watch 60 Minutes.
Well, good evening, and I'd like to thank everybody that's come and support our Indian Education Department and our MCPS staff and our educators, and most of all the seniors and families. This started 3 years ago with Kathy Charbonneau. She was very passionate in her teaching, along with the Indian Ed Department and being part of Title VII, and she bought the first iPod to give to the student with the highest GPA. And so last year, I donated the iPod, and so we're kind of making it a tradition. The department this year all put in, I can say, the effort, and we have another iPod, a beautiful one. Kathy, go ahead, take it out, show it. And this is going to the student with the highest GPA. This year, it was very close. We had students from Big Sky, Hellgate, Sentinel, and all the schools that had over 3-point GPAs. And this is how close the running was. The top three from Big Sky, Hellgate, and Sentinel, they were all 3.9s. So they're just by points. And we'd like to call up the the lady, and I think this will give it away, the bag, to a Sentinel student. Her name is Megan Branson, and her GPA is a 3.9592. So we would like to tell her to come up and present her with this iPod. And we are very proud of her and her endeavors and everything she has done. So, and before we go with the closing remarks, I would like Kathy to be our Vanna White. This is our drawing. Thank you for everybody that supported us in the Title VII Parent Committee. They have a donated star blanket, and they've been selling tickets. And so tonight is the drawing, and they need not be present. So they've been selling all over. And drum roll. Karen Allen. Oh, Wonder Star quilt. And it was not fixed. You guys are all here, you've seen it. Yay! So when we take that down, the star quilt is yours, and we'll like a picture with you with it. So yay! So this time we'd like to, oh, okay, here, back to Kathy.
Thank you. And by the way, I don't think anyone knows that Karen bought like, I don't know what, 50 tickets? Not that many. Well, we're our department is going to give something very special to a very special man this evening. And there's a saying that says, education is today's buffalo. And what that means is that a long time ago, we used to search for the buffalo. We searched for him. He fed us. The buffalo helped us to survive. He helped us to live a good life. And today, we still have the buffalo, thankfully. But we also have education. And we, at the Indian Education Department for Missoula County Public Schools, feel like this man, our leader, has engulfed this education is today's buffalo. And our leader is leaving us after this year, and we are very saddened to see him go. He's always been a very good supporter of Native Americans and education in Missoula County Public Schools. We all personally know him. He holds meetings with us many times throughout the year, and I am going to have a hard time saying goodbye to him. One of our staff members, Ray Kingfisher, makes hand drums. And so I would like to present Dr. Alex Apostle, if he could come up, and present him with this hand drum from the Indian Education Department, because education is today's buffalo.
I tried to make it clear to as many people as possible that I came in quietly and I wanted to leave quietly. It's been an honor to serve the Native American population and the Missoula County Public Schools and our great community. It's been my honor to do that. I'm going back home to the state of Washington. It's a little, obviously, bittersweet. Part of me will be here for forever, 7 years of my life. And I can honestly say that the people of Missoula have been very kind to me, very supportive of public education and our district through thick and thin. through controversy, the community has always been there for our school district. And our Native American department, the people in the department, have done a terrific job. You know, I remember the very first graduation dinner. It was at Sentinel High School. And there probably was around, maybe 10, 12 to 14 people there. And now look, we're at the DoubleTree, and all of you are here to celebrate the graduation of our students. And I'm very proud to have served the Missoula County Public Schools and to have worked with all of you. I'll always remember you fondly. And I appreciate this great honor, and thank you very much.
So ABLE, MCPS ABLE has always been a big sponsor of all of our activities, and we've had many students involved. And so I would like to introduce our president of ABLE this year just to come and give a little speech, because she's been very supportive in all our activities, and I know many of you have seen her at all of our events, either selling items or promoting ABLE and many different activities. So I'd like Cora Phoenix Price to come up and say a few words.
Hello, my name is Cora Phoenix Price. I'm a sophomore at Elgate High School, and I'm Paiute from Northern California. My dreams after high school is to become a veterinarian, and on behalf of MCPS ABLE chapter, I'd just like to congratulate all the seniors this year. Thank you.
And on another note, I want you guys to look at your tables. I'd like to thank Ray Kingfisher for the table settings. And him and I come across this passage here that we thought was really good, and he put it on. It says, if you fail, never give up. FAIL means first attempt in learning. If you get no as an answer, remember NO means next opportunity. End is not the end. In fact, END means effort never dies. Class of 2015, you build your own success. Thank you.
To close out our event, our celebration tonight, I'd like to call up all the Indian Education Department staff that were able to attend tonight. As Dr. Apostle said, there are a couple that are not with us tonight, 3 that are not with us tonight. So come on, staff, come on up and introduce yourselves. And I already kind of introduced myself. And also we have with us this evening our Title VII Parent Advisory Committee chairperson, Jen Means. Jen, if you'd like to stand up. Jen has a recent addition who will be graduating from Missoula County Public Schools in the far future, and he is with us this evening. Okay, so I guess I'll just go with Carly, if you could come and introduce yourself and maybe say whatever you want to say.
Well, I didn't know I was going to be up here, so it's nice to see everybody here. I'm Carly Chenoweth. I'm a paraeducator in the school district, and I'm also a special ed teacher. So I'm glad to be here, and congrats to everybody, and good luck. Thank you.
I'm the newest member of the team. My name is Lisa Cadman, and I am the Family Resource Specialist, Families in Transition Coordinator, and I'm also a social worker at Big Sky High School. And I want to say congratulations. I'm very proud of all of you. My son will be graduating next year, and I share in this excitement with you all. And good luck in whatever you achieve, and go for it. Any goal is reachable.
Well, hello, I'm Jake Arrowtop. I'm the Native American Specialist for Big Sky, Paxton, Lewis, and Clark, and Lowell. And I just want to thank you all for being here. I feel really fortunate to be able to work so closely with the Native American students. It's important to me. So seniors, congratulations with all your hard work. Good job.
Already in, oh my goodness. Matt Bell, come introduce yourself and say a few words.
I'm Matt Bell, teacher at Big Sky and Willard, and I'm joining the Title VII committee kind of late this year, and next year I'll be fully with them. I just want to congratulate you guys, you seniors and stuff, and wish you the best of luck on whatever journey you choose next. I'm sure at some point it's going to get hard, and you're going to probably get bummed out, probably going to want to come back home or something. Just be tough, you know. If you love life, life will love you back, and you just got to chase it, whatever it is. Be determined. Yeah.
So I'm Glenda Weasel. I the Title VII Native American Specialist, and I also do the data for the district. So for all the parents out there, I'm sorry for my numerous calls. Call me back. I need information. Bugging you, and you not wanting to pick up your phone. Just kidding. Just because I need my data. But thank you guys. You guys are all the support. You know, our seniors wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. We are just, you know, help. I like to think we're helpers and resource people, but it's you guys that get your child up for school, feed your child, dress, and provide the needs to help them, and that's why they are a success today. Thank you.
I already introduced myself. I'm Kathy Sehos again, the Native American Community Specialist. And the schools I have this year are Franklin and Hawthorne Elementary, and I spend the majority of my time putting together our monthly events, different things like that. To our seniors, you guys are great. We are proud of every single one of you and your families. We're glad to be here tonight and honored to celebrate with you. And we wish you the best of luck and just lift you up in our thoughts and prayers that your next years will be good years and that you would have a good life and live a long life. So I would just thank you, everybody, for attending, and please feel free to mingle a little bit if you want. Thank you, and this is the end of our honoring ceremony. I'm sorry, I did forget one thing. How about we have a final honor song?
Yeah, I asked Kevin Kicking Woman to come up and offer us a song to close us out. And I thought maybe Alex could sing now because he's got a hand drum, but I don't want to put him on the spot too soon. So maybe next year he could come back and offer an honor song. But we'll have Kevin offer that up to close it out. So thanks, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the evening. So thank you, Kevin.
If you just stand up, if you can. I'll just put my gum on my hat. I pause, I have nowhere to put it. I get this. You got it? I'm going to sing a victory song. And these victory songs I say because we could all claim victory now. We're going on to do better things and so forth, and me being a vet of the Navy and Dustin, these victory songs are very powerful, and so when we sing these victory songs, you can go on and do good things. So.
Kevin. And thanks, everybody. Let's give the staff here that put on the event a big round of applause. Kathy, Glenda, crew, and Unit staff, Karen. And seniors, one more round of applause for the seniors. Hey. Have a good evening.